going to pondering about something that come into my mind. Um, this is August 1st, 2022, and I live in Sweden. So English is not my main language. So I apologize for that if I can't find words where I pronounce the words wrong. My name is Eva Virginius, and you that have followed me, that follow me, you know that what happened in year 2000. It was when I should make a suicide, but instead of making a suicide, one of the highest priests from heaven come down, and he come down before that day that I should make a suicide, because my husband was at home when he first showed up, and it was in the night, and I wake up because I can feel this, and maybe you also can feel that someone is in the room. And that I felt, and then I also felt it was a very bright light in the room, and this was in the night, and it was dark in the home, in our bedroom, and my husband, he was sleeping. He didn't recognize anything. He didn't wake up of it. It was only me that wake up and look at the picture. It was like coming from a tube, the light, and he that was in that tube. He sit and write up something. Like he had a book that he write up something in it, and I didn't know what it was. I didn't know the Bible. I didn't know, but I saw him, and I was not scared. It was nice to lay there and look at him, but it was only for some seconds. But I could see how he looked like, with white beard and white hair, and that he sit and write down something in a book. So he was moving a little, and it felt like he know I were looking at him. It felt like that he knew I was looking. And then he disappeared, and I never told my husband what have happened in the night. That is very strange, that of these things that I never told my husband. I wish I could go back in that movie and see what those other people around me react, and if I say something, or what they was saying to me. I don't know. It feels so strange that they didn't say anything to me, but in the same time I was on my own the whole time. Even if I lived together with a man, he was not in my life. I had to do things on my own, and he was doing his things, and most of it was that I have to do what he want in life. I was like a slave for my man, and I never questioned that I was like that. In the end, when I was married to this American man from Texas, I was very irritated because he did so many things that was a more American way to do life. And I say you have to live like Swedish people do and not think that you are in Texas. I told him these things, and I was irritated on that. And my daughter's father was together with him. They were the best friends, drinking very much when they were together. And my daughter's father said that you must tell us. You never tell us that when you say no. You can't. You don't say no. You have to really say no, that we can hear that you mean it, that you really say no. And then I started to say no, 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 three times, and they laugh at me only, so it didn't help. So I was very irritated on that they didn't listen at me. They were only drinking, party, and spend money, and I have to work. And I work and I took care of everything like that. So I was used to do my own things, be the man in the family. And those men I live with, they were like weak women, like that. If I can say so, it's my only way to describe it. They were working, not my husband in Texas, he didn't work, but other men, they were working, but that was the only thing, that their money coming into our family, but they didn't wanted to do things that I like to do. They wanted me to do things they want to do. What can you do for me, was it the whole time. And people can't believe that my American husband, when he come home at 3-4 in the night and have been drinking, and then he was going to bed and sleep, and I was sleeping because I have to go to work in the morning, and but my husband wake me up every time, and he wanted me to go to the kitchen at 3-4 o'clock in the night and do like a breakfast like he had in Texas, with a roasted bread and scrambled egg and bacon and a big glass of milk. And I did it without complaining. I did it because I was so sleepy. So it was shorter time to only go up and do these things and give him food to eat. And then continue to sleep. It was easier to do that. And I was not really awake when I was in the kitchen. So it's total crazy now when I think about it. That he could have done. He was chef at a restaurant in his young years, so he knew how to do his own food in the night, but he wanted me to do it, and so I was used with that, and it seems like it was when everything happened there that I have given up on talking to my husband about what happened for me. So I never told him that there was someone in the bedroom. And then my husband, he had his daughter visit us from Texas, and then he took the flight to Texas to bring his daughter back to her mother, and then he should come home to us in Sweden. And in that time when he was away, that's when I was thinking I should make a suicide. And my daughter was 15 years old, so I was thinking that she can handle it, that I am not there anymore. She can call her father and tell him to come. I was thinking like that, and I was ready to write a note to her that I have decided to go into the lake and kill myself. But before it happened, it started to be things inside the home, and my daughter felt it also, and she wanted us to talk to what we thought was ghost. We were thinking like people thinking when they hear this podcast, that they think that it's demons and it's a ghost that is evil, negative things going on. That was what we were thinking, because we didn't know God, we didn't know the Bible, we had no belief. So we were frightened, and we had the light on the whole apartment, and we were scared. And then this man come, the higher priest. I thought when I started to walk in United States, I thought it was Jesus Christ that was standing in the room. But now, when I do this podcast, it have coming angels, and they have told me, and they have make me understand that it was not Jesus Christ, because I have been to heaven, and I was hypnotized, and I went up to heaven, and I met 6 higher priests in heaven, and they look exactly like that man that was standing in the corner in the room. So that was not Jesus, because I have seen Jesus also here coming here, and he looked like he's in the 30s. He have not white hair and white beard. Jesus, when he's coming, I know it's Jesus that is coming, because he looked out in my garden. He's standing at my window at the door to my garden. And the garden I have named it Jesus Garden. That's why he looked out. So I understand that it is he that is coming here. So he is not white hair and white beard, but those that have coming down from the mountain, as it says in the Bible, those with white hair and white beard, that is like they showing them that they are going to be the higher priest in heaven, where they are up in heaven and coming out from the cloud, and the cloud it's covering them, so it looked like they have white hair and white beard. Because I have met Jesus in heaven also, and he's in his 30 with a hair that have brown reddish hair he have. And so what I'm pondering of today is what happened there, because my father come and talk. My father on earth, he had, it was 2000 this, and he had been away from earth in 30 years. So it was long time, but I remember his voice, and he was talking to me and asked me to forgive him for what he have done. He asked me about that, and before he come, it was no, he was first that come and talk, and he said, "Can you forgive me?" He said that, and I said to him that I didn't say that I forgive him. I say to him that he said that only that he was not at home, that he was not with me. He said that to me, and can you forgive me? And I was thinking already there that can he lie? Can he lie when he is in the spirit? I was thinking like that in year 2000 without knowing everything I know today. I was thinking, can God send him to lie to me? Because I said to him that, but there was other things you did, because he was pedophile, and he did sexual things on me when I was child, and he said that it was a new word for me when he said that. I don't know if it's in English. He was speaking Swedish, but he said that, can you? But he say, he defend himself. He say, but I never penetrate you. He didn't go into me. And no, I think it's an English word, penetration. And it's the same in Swedish. And so he didn't do inside me, but he did many things on the outside, and talking very bad to me. And but I know that he did other things on my adopted sister. That's why she ran away from the home. The police have to try to find her, she didn't want to go back home because my father was on her. And so that what he was saying, the meeting with my earthly father, have wondering about it. I have thinking about it many times, but today I felt like I have coming closer to the truth, because it was something that happened after we ended this with talking to the first higher priest come. But after the higher priest was gone, God come and talk to me. And I know it's God because he have talking to me many times through the years. But when we ended it, and my daughter and I went out from that spirit way we were in, then it was like a cat screaming from that corner where the higher priest was standing, but he had left, total left, but about a little higher up, because the higher priest was like in our size, a normal size person. So it was some meter up to the ceiling, and the cat was screaming in the ceiling in that corner. And I'm thinking about it, and then when we heard it screaming, my daughter heard the cat screaming, and she be shocked because we have not heard anything, a sound of a cat, and this was going on in 2.5 hours. God showed me time, the time when we started and the time when we ended. So I knew it was 2.5 hours. We were in this spirit. And my daughter, we had not heard, and it was very, very loudly sound. And she be shocked, my daughter, and she ran into her room and to her computer, and she said, "Oh, my screensaver is on." She had lots of cats on her screen saver, and that screensaver, it could say a sound of a cat sometimes, and she ran to the computer and to the speakers and should turn it off, the speakers, and she turned around to me very, very surprised and like white in her face, and she said, "It was off. The speaker was off. It was not that sound. It was something that she reacted on it and took it logical about that sound. But we both knew that it was not the speakers, it was not the computer that did it, because the sound come from another place. And I am thinking about this. My husband, he say that he was drinking very much, and he did do drugs, and he say that sometimes I see the devil. he say that to me, and he looked like, I don't know his name really. When I see his name, I know this man is it. But it's the rock group Kiss, and he that have this long tongue that he showing. I almost remember his name. He's very close to find. Is it his Gene something? But my husband say he looked like this man in Kiss, the singer in Kiss that have this long tongue he show. So, and they look a little like cats, and or panther, and this was the sound of, but it was a weak cat. It was not a roaring of a tiger or a lion. It was a small cat sound, but loudly. And I was thinking this, why I felt I could. It was 5 other people that asked me to forgive them. It was 5 spirits that come through and asked me for forgiveness for what they have done to me when I was a child. And I could forgive them very easily. But when my father come and asked, he was the first one, but when he come and asked me forgiveness, I didn't felt like I could forgive him. I tried very hard to forgive him, but I couldn't. God knows my heart, and he know I tried to forgive my father, but I couldn't, because it had been so very bad that I had no father in my childhood, and that he did these abusive things. He did many things abusive on me, and I have hard to forgive him. And I think today, what I was thinking about today was that in some way I think the devil wanted to slide in on when my father was talking, my earthly father was talking, that he tried to get that I forgive the devil himself. I think he tried to trick me there, and say I was not at home. I was always out in the bar and was not there for you. And my father also, my earthly father, say that he loved me very much, and he was I was his loving child, like that. And I think what was talking, I know it was my father's voice, because I remember his voice, and but it was inside me. I knew it was not something that didn't was right. And when I heard that cat sound in the end, I knew that the devil was there in the room, hiding as he always does, hide and try, and then he try hide and slide in with my father to and ask me to give him because he was not there in my life, my father, earthly father say. But it didn't go as the devil had planned it, because I be angry at my father and I say, but those other things you did, I say that make the devil couldn't do it. He couldn't slide in, because I say that. I didn't say I forgive you. I say, but those other things you did, I say to him, like I push him up on the wall and say that. And I be it was very strange that a spirit coming from God, it was not coming from God, because the higher priest had this spirit with him. And why should he send me this lie? It was not really total lie, but it was a half lie. He didn't say everything, my father. So I have tried to find the answer of it, and I was hoping that a spirit should come and help me to understand what was going on there. It's those other spirits, I could forgive them for what they didn't do to me. They didn't help me when I was a child. And that's what it's going to be. It's going to be very hard for these people that in my whole life that have not helped me. I try to ask for help to could be in Israel. I need a cheap place to live in Israel, because it's much money to lay on those expensive hotels for 2 months. So I need to have someone helping me, but as always, no one is helping me. There is no help. I get help from heaven, because I got money on my bank account that I don't know where those money is coming from. And I hope it will be more money coming in, so that it will be for 2 months laying at a decent hotel. I have one hotel now that I know I should be at, and it's in Jerusalem for 1 week, because it's close to this Golden Gate. There they say the Jewish people think Messiah is coming out from that gate, and I will see what will happen if I go there and touch the gate. I will see. It's something I feel I need to do before I leaving Israel. If I leave Israel, I don't know what will happen. So it's a spirit here, but it's like he is not coming so deep. He's like he's standing here, and I don't know how to pull him come closer to me. I see now it's a white angel is coming. It's they don't have wings. It's only that they showing they have white wings, but she is an archangel because she have these wings that is going down on the floor, a very big wings, and she had never been in my recording for my podcast. She have never been here. This archangel. It have been angels, but not the archangel. But she is here, and that's why I feel her so very strange feeling from her, like she's not really here. She's there, away. She is like she is in the air. She's not on the floor. And she only is like a light. She's on the light. She's shining very much. And she's standing. She is in the air, and she looked down, and I have to ask her if she want to give me the answer of what I have thought about today. If she can tell me better what did happen there. She say there was an attack. It was an attack from the devil, she say to me. And she say that he did lay energy on what happened. That's why she say that's why it have been hard for you to do those things that God wanted you to do in those 22 years you have been under God. It's have been like, she said, a very technical, modern thing she's saying. She's saying like this, that they can place like a spyware, like glue it under a car. She's saying under car to find you wherever you are, to affect what you are doing in a negative way. So she say that's why you were very close to be killed many times. But we had the protection on you. But you experience those very bad things, and you still are doing that. And now she say that she's going to, it's like something that is glue on me, that she say that she is going to peel it off, these spy things that the devil have. And she say it's gonna be better now, because she gonna take away this spyware what the devil is targeting me the whole time, that and make it like be a layer of hate, to hate me and don't want to help me. These people that I have asked, they feel like they don't want to help me because of this something that was glue on me in 2000 in that room in my home, that he placed it on me in that moment when he asked that, can you forgive me? What my father say that was my father, but he, in the same time, the devil come and place it on me, this, that it's gonna to be peeled off from the Archangel. And so it was something that happened in that moment, and I felt it. That's why I go angry at my father's spirit, that he could lie, because he didn't ask me to forgive him, that he did sexual things on me, and he hurt me by going drunk to my school and showing everyone that he was a heavy drinker, and make me be bullied, that people my schoolmates was not my schoolmates. They beat me up and let me stand in a corner because they saw my father very drunk. And then first when I come to school, we live in a very bad, old, filthy house, because our real home was not built yet, but we have to start the school. And my mother was working, so she was not there when my mother was not with us. My father was drinking very, very heavy, and I was too young to go to the school the first day on my own. So he was going with me very, very drunk and did this to me. And but I have seen my father. I have met my father in heaven. And in that, he was in his maybe 30s before he started to drink. And I know this, I had talking about it before. And Larry that I live with in Chicago, he was a drunk man, but I saw him one night standing on the street, and I knew it was he, even if he was maybe between 20 and 30 years old, like my father, in the same. And that's what they come to be. They didn't go with their body that they had when they were drinking heavy. They go back to where they were, how they looked like before they started to do bad things, when they were still innocents in that ways, that it's to forgive them for what they were doing. We all have done bad things when we were kids also, and young, but not so bad as it be later on when doing drugs and drinking and stealing, killing. They go back to before that, when they were new in their bodies. And that's what they showed me, that they are back to where they were okay. And that was when I was up in heaven one time, and I was standing in the front of the Archangel. And the Archangel, she asked people when they were standing and should come into heaven. The Archangel asked them how old they want to be in heaven. And so after that I was thinking that I should be 35, because that's when my daughter was born. But today I take that away. I want to be in this age that I am. I am most happy now. I'm much more happy than when my daughter was born, because her father was very bad to me. So that it was not a nice life I had. But that was in that time when I was standing in front of the Archangel, and she asked a person before me what age she was most happy in, and then she could be there in that age in heaven. And I was thinking 35, but now I want to be in this age, because I'm very happy. Because most is it that I know I have a family, a real family in heaven. This last family I had in this generation, this family I had, that is not my family that I will have in heaven. I have already my family in heaven from that I have been born some few times. In other generations I have been, and this is my last time I was born, and that family I was born into, it's not that family I will have in heaven. There is a risk that they are not coming. My mother and father is in heaven, but my brother and sister, I don't know. And they have changed, my father and my mother, so they are okay, but they are not my family. They are going to be my family, but in the big family. But those that is my main family, they are already in heaven. It's very hard to understand these things. It's very much to think about and pondering about, and maybe later on we understand it more, what was saying now. So I thank this Archangel that is here. She gave me some answer of it. And I will see if I will tell you. I don't lie. I don't like those lies that people give me. I'm going to tell you if something changed after that she took away this spyware I had on me. So thank you and God bless you. Thank you for listening and follow me.